Prank gone wild turned me into a girl. Jake and Maya had always shared a close friendship, built on years of playful teasing and friendly competition. They often joked about each other's interests, but beneath the banter lay a deep-seated bond. With a flair for pranks, Jake had always prided himself on being the fun one in their duo, effortlessly winning over crowds with his humor. However, this time, Maya was determined to flip the script. One rainy afternoon, while they were hanging out at Maya's apartment, Jake couldn't resist pulling a classic prank. He presented her with an elaborate fake invitation to an exclusive fashion show in Paris, claiming that she'd won a front-row seat. Maya, thrilled at the idea, rushed to the computer to check the details, only to find out it was all a joke. When she stormed back into the living room, her cheeks flushed with annoyance, Jake burst into laughter, but Maya was already plotting her revenge. "I'll get you back for this, Jake," she warned, a sly smile creeping onto her face. He waved her off, confident she wouldn't dare go through with anything too extreme. The next evening, while Jake was lounging in sweatpants, engrossed in video games, Maya casually strolled into the room, carrying a large shopping bag. "Hey, Jake, I have a challenge for you," she said, her eyes twinkling with mischief. Jake paused the game, immediately sensing trouble. "What kind of challenge?" he asked warily. Maya grinned and pulled out a vibrant pink dress, complete with accessories. "You're going to spend the next 24 hours dressed as a girl. If you refuse, I'll reveal an embarrassing video of you singing karaoke at last month's party." Jake's heart sank. The karaoke video was a disaster. He had been way too confident, and his performance had turned into a comedic spectacle. The thought of that footage surfacing was terrifying. Okay, I'll do it," he conceded, knowing he had no choice. Maya squealed with delight, handing him the bag. "Great, but you have to do it right. Let's get started." Jake retreated to the bathroom, his mind racing with a mix of embarrassment and curiosity. He dressed quickly, slipping into the soft fabric of the dress and lacing up the heels, which felt alien on his feet. As he caught a glimpse of himself in the mirror, a knot of nerves tightened in his stomach. When he stepped out, Maya was ready with her makeup kit, her eyes gleaming with excitement. "Wow, you look amazing, Jake. Time for the transformation." As she worked her magic, applying foundation, eyeshadow, and lipstick, Jake felt a strange sense of exhilaration wash over him. Maya was skilled, her hands steady and gentle as she transformed his appearance. He couldn't help but marvel at how she focused, her passion for fashion evident in every brushstroke. After an extensive makeover, Maya turned him towards the mirror. "Ta-da! Meet Jessica," she announced, laughing at her own joke. Jake gasped, barely recognizing himself. The rugged guy he knew was replaced by a pretty girl with delicate features and long lashes. "I can't believe this," he muttered, turning his head from side to side. "Now, let's go out," Maya urged, her enthusiasm contagious. "Wait, what? Out where?" Jake exclaimed, panic rising in his chest. "Just to the cafe down the street. Don't worry, it'll be fun," she assured him, grabbing his hand and pulling him towards the door. Stepping out into the world felt surreal. Each click of his heels against the pavement echoed in his ears, amplifying his anxiety. What would people think? But surprisingly, the streets were bustling, and no one seemed to pay him any mind. Once they arrived at the cafe, a familiar hangout for their friends, Jake's heart raced. As they entered, he spotted their group, already gathered around a table. "Hey, guys. Guess who's here?" Maya called, leading Jake forward. As their friends turned, Jake was met with laughter and cheers. "Jessica, you look fantastic," one of them exclaimed, and another chimed in, "Love the dress." Jake, flustered, managed a shy smile. Slowly, the tension in his shoulders began to melt away. Encouraged by the supportive atmosphere, he began to relax, letting the persona of Jessica take over. The group spent the evening laughing and sharing stories, and as the hours passed, Jake discovered an unexpected thrill in his new identity. He experimented with different mannerisms, enjoying the light-hearted banter and playful teasing directed at Jessica, not Jake. Time flew, and before he knew it, the cafe was closing. Maya and Jake stepped out into the cool night air, and he couldn't help but feel a sense of loss as he thought about shedding Jessica once they returned home. "See, that wasn't so bad," Maya said, a satisfied grin on her face. "I think you really enjoyed yourself." "Yeah, I did," Jake admitted, a hint of longing in his voice. He found himself wishing the night could last a little longer. In the days that followed, Jake couldn't shake the feeling of excitement from his experience as Jessica. He began to wonder about the possibility of exploring this new side of himself further. One afternoon, while they were lounging on the couch, Maya casually brought it up. "You know, Jake, if you ever want to dress up again, I'd be more than happy to help. I think Jessica has more adventures waiting for her." Jake looked at her, his heart racing at the idea. "You really think so?" "Absolutely. It could be fun. Just think of all the possibilities," she encouraged, her eyes sparkling. With Maya's support, Jake felt a newfound sense of freedom, a chance to explore an aspect of himself he never fully understood. "Maybe Jessica does have more adventures waiting," he replied, a smile creeping onto his face. As the days turned into weeks, Jake found himself increasingly drawn to the idea of becoming Jessica again. Each time they hung out, the thought lingered at the back of his mind. One evening, after a long week of classes, he finally mustered the courage to bring it up with Maya. "Do you think, could I try dressing up again?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Maya's face lit up with excitement. "Absolutely. Let's plan something special. How about a day out? We could go shopping and get brunch." Jake hesitated, a wave of anxiety washing over him. "But what if someone sees me?" Maya waved her hand dismissively. "Trust me, nobody will notice. And besides, you'll be with me. We'll make it a fun adventure." With her encouragement, Jake found himself feeling more excited than anxious. They planned the day meticulously, selecting outfits and coordinating their schedules. The night before their outing, Jake spent hours going through his closet, pulling out pieces that he thought might work. Finally, the day arrived. Jake felt a mix of excitement and nerves as he transformed into Jessica again, slipping into a chic floral dress and adding accessories that Maya had helped him choose. When he looked in the mirror, he felt a rush of exhilaration. This was him, and he felt undeniably beautiful. Maya arrived, her eyes sparkling as she took in the sight of her friend. "You look stunning," she gushed, and Jake felt his cheeks heat with a mix of pride and embarrassment. "Ready to go?" Maya asked, her voice full of enthusiasm. "Let's do this," Jake said, his heart pounding. The day unfolded in a whirlwind of laughter and new experiences. They went to brunch, where Jake felt surprisingly comfortable, navigating the menu as Jessica, ordering a colorful smoothie and a Hokkaido toast. Their server complimented his outfit, and he felt a rush of warmth at the attention. After brunch, they hit the shops. Maya encouraged him to try on various clothes, and with each outfit, Jake felt more confident in his new identity. He found himself twirling in a long, flowy dress, reveling in the feeling of the fabric against his skin. It was exhilarating. As they explored the stores, they stumbled upon a small boutique. Inside, the atmosphere was cozy, filled with unique pieces and soft lighting. Maya insisted they go in, and as they browsed, Jake felt an undeniable sense of joy. Maya picked out a stunning emerald green dress and handed it to Jake. "You have to try this on. It'll look amazing on you." Taking a deep breath, he nodded and headed to the fitting room. Once inside, he slipped into the dress, and as he turned to look in the mirror, he gasped. The color complemented his skin tone perfectly, and the dress hugged his figure in all the right places. "Wow, Jessica, you look incredible," Maya exclaimed when Jake stepped out of the fitting room, her eyes wide with delight. "You have to get that." Jake's heart raced as he twirled, feeling like a different person. "I can't believe this is me," he said, a sense of wonder filling him. The afternoon continued with more shopping and laughter, and by the time they headed home, Jake felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He was no longer just Jake. He was Jessica, and he was beginning to embrace this new identity. That evening, as they sat on the couch sharing stories about the day, Maya turned to him, her expression serious but warm. "I'm really proud of you for exploring this side of yourself, Jake. It's not easy, but you're doing it beautifully." Jake felt a lump in his throat. "Thanks, Maya. I didn't expect to enjoy it this much. It feels freeing, like I'm discovering a part of myself that was always there, but hidden." Maya smiled, her eyes shining with encouragement. "Just remember, you can always be both Jake and Jessica. There's no need to choose one over the other. You get to define your identity." With her support, Jake felt empowered. The journey ahead wasn't just about dressing up, it was about self-discovery, acceptance, and the courage to explore who he truly was. In the weeks that followed, Jake continued to embrace Jessica. He started experimenting with different looks, attending events dressed as her, and even joined an online community where he could connect with others on similar journeys. Each experience deepened his understanding of himself, and he grew more confident in navigating the world as Jessica. With Maya by his side, he discovered a sense of belonging in both his identities. Together, they explored the vibrant world of fashion, creativity, and self-expression, finding joy in every step of the journey. Jake realized that embracing Jessica wasn't just about clothing. It was about celebrating all the parts of who he was and having the freedom to be unapologetically himself. As the seasons changed, so did Jake. With each passing day, he found that both Jake and Jessica were integral to his identity, and he felt grateful for the friendship and support that had allowed him to blossom into the person he was meant to be. And with Maya cheering him on, he knew that the adventure was just beginning.